Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fantastic Friday evening. I am your caster for the night, Noman with a 4. I am joined, as ever, by Sleepy with 2 3s. How are you doing, my man, Sleepy?
Hey, Noman, I'm doing good, bud. I just barely made it in time to cast this one with you. Between traffic and just a long day, woof, it was cutting it close, and then my mic didn't want to work. Man, Sleepy just having all kinds of problems this afternoon.
Yeah, that is the curse of some of our Fridays, as we all know, but all of that is over. All your worries are over, because we're into a delicious matchup today, Sleepy. We've got SpaceForce versus Fury. How excited are you for that?
I think this is going to be a great match, so I'm super excited for it, actually. So we'll have to see who's actually going to come out on top. My money's probably going to be on Fury, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's definitely they're very close in the league. I know that. So there's not a lot of skill gap between the individual players on both teams, and I think it's going to make for a pretty exciting matchup between these guys. Before we get into anything intense, let's talk about bans. So on the SpaceForce side, we have got a ban of Subway. Not an entirely ridiculous ban, but what do you think about that? I mean, the map has changed. Not a lot of teams are ready for it. Feels like a pretty standard one, right?
To ban Subway, yes, I would say Subway's pretty common ban, or it used to be back before we had enough maps to just stay away from Subway on its own anyways. But yeah, Subway's a pretty smart ban. We've seen a lot of upsets happening on Subway lately, so it's probably a good choice here, especially with a team like SpaceForce, who has a few seasoned veterans on their lineup. You got to be careful with that.
Yep, absolutely. And the ban coming out from Fury is Tanker. So 2 of the dark, long corridor maps are our bans today. Nothing too surprising coming out of either of those teams. The first map that we are going to be probably diving into relatively soon here is Suburbia. Suburbia is going to be our first map. What do you feel about Suburbia? It's a common one. What do you think we're going to see here?
You know, we've got 2 pretty seasoned teams here. They're gonna put up a great fight, I think. I've not seen SpaceForce play much. I've been able to scrub through some videos and watch some of their games, so I don't know much about their playstyle to really make a call on what they can do on Suburbia. Fury, however, I know Crazy Mike. I used to be on his team back on the Great Apes. I know he's a solid player. Snakebite's a good player. Bald-headed GT4. I'm just gonna call him GT4. They're all good. They're all good players, and I've seen them do really well on Suburbia. So I expect a good fight here, definitely. It's probably going to be back and forth. I'm calling this one probably a 4-3.
Oops, sorry, we had a bit of a false start there. The players are in the lobby, and the timer is going for whatever reason. So sorry about that. We are, while we wait for the teams to ready up, I think we're waiting for a member of Fury to come through. While we wait for that, it is important to note they are playing on the newly released 1.5 patch for Onward that dropped just yesterday.
Hype.
Yeah, very much hype. So they are going to be our sort of guinea pigs. I think this is the first game being cast on that platform today. I think we're aware of a few different bugs here, so you'll have to excuse our casting in the first weekend of a patch. There's always some bumps in the road, but we have very talented, very wonderful developers who are working with us to resolve all that stuff. So we'll hopefully not see too many issues. I think there is a score tracking issue, so we'll have to be vigilant about our scoreboard, but it should not be too big of an issue. So real quick, while we wait for these last members to jump in, let's just quickly talk about the roster of both teams. So on the SpaceForce side, we've got Hooney Half as the captain, Sergeant Vanover, Trade-In, Destructor, Diesel, Driver of Car, and Quintessential AF. And on the Fury side, you've got Snakebite is the captain. I believe that's a new captain. And Bald-Headed, Crazy Mike, GT4, Shelby Vole, War Within, and a new addition, Evolution. He's on a cooldown right now. I believe that's a new join, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and yes, you were correct also about Snakebite, I believe, becoming the newest captain on that squad. I've seen him become quite a bit more active lately in the Discord as of late, so
yeah, definitely.
good to see him. Glad to see some things changing up. Let's see if under his leadership, maybe Fury is a bit more dangerous than before.
They've always been dangerous. You're always scared of them when you jump into them into lobbies. I know I am, even playing for a team in the league as well. It's, you never know with them. They can pull out some crazy surprises. I think we're going to see some pretty excellent equipment usage. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting matchup. So we are still just waiting on one more member to drop in before we kick this off. I do want to use some of these new fancy stats. If you haven't been to the VR Master League website, there's been some additions and some changes there. If you take a look at the match, the poster for the match, when you go to the matches page, there's some interesting information about map wins. And if we take a look real quick, since we're talking about Suburbia being the first map, it looks like SpaceForce, a relatively new team, has played it 3 times so far this season, have won twice on it, getting a 67% win ratio there. And Fury, a more established team, of course, so these are aggregate stats. They have 12 plays on the map with 8 wins, also getting a 67% win ratio. So a pretty even set of teams with an even set of stats on an even map. I think it's going to be pretty great. And as I say that, we won't even have time to talk about it because the match is kicking off.
You are correct there, sir, and I'm bouncing up and down in my seat as we get ready to kick things off here. Fury on the defense, SpaceForce on the offense. Who is going to take this first round and establish dominance on Suburbia?
Hey, no problem. All good fun.
All good fun indeed, and the defense is off. We're going to see the offenders going for a full west push here. All opting going to that lane 4 position.
Yeah, I think that might be to avoid the chance of any possible spawn fire from an LMG down that lane 3 corridor. It's a dangerous place on that northeast spawn like they got. Now the team's pushing up fairly quickly though here through the playground. Some smoke comes out. Looks like it might have been a little... No, it's a pretty good one actually. Vanover getting a nice arc there. Frag coming out. Too far though.
Very close frag. Well thrown. Vanover taking up that post on the slide.
Oh, but that grenade was a good one, and it's going to grab the beast.
The beast is down. And now we're going to see the approach. Now we're seeing some gunfire coming down. The revive comes out from Snakebite. Snakebite moves through the smoke. Diesel picks him up. Destructor picks up Snakebite as well. Bald Head and Quintus.
Diesel's got the cap. He's on the objective. He's got his pad out. And the beast and Crazy Mike don't even see it. SpaceForce get the cap.
Wow. Unbelievable.
My, oh my. What a way to start it out for SpaceForce. They really put the nails to Fury there with that round 1 cap. I mean, wow.
That is wicked. Wicked.
And can we also just talk about how awesome those smokes looked in this V1.5 update? I mean, that actually, oh man, I was amazed because this is the first time I'm spectating in 1.5, and that was some pretty cool stuff watching that attack with the new smokes.
That was very, that's a very good point. Our scoreboard is way off here. Sorry guys, we did not clear the scoreboard from the last match. We're gonna clean that up for you since that's gonna be our single source of truth. So yeah, SpaceForce does go up with a very impressive cap push there. And we're going to be seeing if Fury can respond back in kind. Good thing you caught that on cap. I didn't realize 2 had pushed up into that smoke.
Yeah, I hated to cut you off, but I had to let it be known that cap was happening.
Yeah, the beautiful part is we did still catch the cap. I was watching, so just wasn't paying attention to what I was watching. And thank you, Sleepy, saving me on my Sleepy Friday. All right, so wow, we've kicked this series off with a bang. Absolutely. This objective though is one of those that it is rare to see a push by a team that doesn't end in either a cap or like a full team wipe with a grenade. This is one of those exciting objectives that really forces the offense to make use of their equipment properly, and the defense has to be really on point, you know, and rotating in. As soon as that smoke is down, you know, the defense should have crashed all up on it, and they just sat back a little too long. And yeah, what a great cap by Diesel there.
You are right. Sorry, you caught me a little bit distracted. I was sending a love note to James, thanking him and the Downpour team for this awesome update they've given us this week. Like I said, those visuals really making that push from SpaceForce come through amazingly on the spectator view.
Absolutely. Very exciting stuff, and even more exciting is the fact that we're jumping in to round 2 on this Suburbia map. Fury looking to answer back with a cap of their own. Not want to let you don't want to lie down. This is not the time.
I don't got a frag.
That is right. It is not the time. It is time
You're probably better than me.
to put up or shut up, basically, because SpaceForce came out knocking hard, and you've got to answer back really quick, or they're just going to keep moving with that momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Crazy Mike might be experiencing some frame rate issues. He's running a little slow here. I think he might be having one of those unfortunate performance issues, but they will soldier on.
Oh, he seems to be sorted out now.
All right. Fantastic. We're seeing the smokes come out early. Frag coming out from the defense. Not so much colored smoke indeed. We are seeing the red and green coming out. Very festive.
Is it Christmas again?
It's always Christmas when you're in the VRML. Snakebite going down quick to a pick from Diesel.
Yeah, Crazy Mike enters the back door of the center house. He's got Sergeant Vanover in his sights. He's going to find him at the front door. Knock, knock, he says. Time to die.
That is a confirm from Crazy Mike, and Fury even it up. SpaceForce, Fury now at 4. Both we're going to be seeing some...
Structure here. He's going to take shots from GT4U, and he's going to go down hard in the front yard. And I'm just rapping like a Beastie Boy this afternoon. I don't know what's gotten into me. Maybe it's the Beastie Boys song I heard on the radio on the way home tonight.
Quintessential picking up 2 there.
Woo.
With a down Diesel grabbing GT. Wow, Traden picking up Bald Head, and we're down into a 1v3. This defense shutting Fury out entirely.
You are absolutely right there. Crazy Mike might have an angle up here from the second floor onto Quintessential, depending on how he plays it. Diesel, if he walks too far backwards there into the street, he'll also be in sight line of Crazy Mike there from the window. But it's going to be a real tough time for Crazy Mike to deal with Traden there on the front porch of the burning house coming out of the center house, unless he were to exit maybe the back door.
Yeah, that's something when you're in the heat of the moment, you may not even be thinking about. I mean, obviously, he just heard his teammates go down. He likely knows, Crazy Mike knows there is somebody at that tank position. So he's taking his time here. He's hoping to get that pick. I can't imagine SpaceForce is going to want to, do a whole bunch of rotations. They've got confirmed man advantage, and I think they just want to play this as tight as possible. They've got views all over that OBJ. Crazy Mike's going to have to really find a different way to come in. I don't think this center house is going to be the way. He's got plenty of time on the clock, though. He can make some things happen. There's a lot of equipment laying around. See what he can do. And he's not going to spot. He is going to spot Traden on that porch and pick him up very quickly. Traden falling asleep a little bit there, I think, on the defense. Now we've started to even it up a little bit. No rotations coming through. I think Crazy Mike here is still experiencing some slow movement issues, unfortunately. But that is one of the possibilities when you play on a new patch. You never know what you're gonna get.
All right there, Forrest Gump. Not too sure what you're getting at there,
I
sir.
haven't had my box of chocolates today, so I don't know what you're talking about, Sleepy. I don't even get the reference. And Diesel here might get caught out if he's rotating a little bit too much. He might not see him, and indeed that is the case. Diesel getting picked up by Crazy Mike. It's a 1v1. Quintessential does come around the tank, though. Grabs Crazy Mike.
Shit, man.
And SpaceForce are going to grab themselves another point.
Yeah, ignore that round end screen. It did say that Fury won that round. However, we do know that Fury was the attacker there, and they just died there. So please ignore that overlay for the time being.
Yeah, definitely want to focus on the scoreboard we've got on the screen. That's going to likely be the better source of truth here. I believe we are going to be seeing a reboot from Crazy Mike. I think I just overheard that as he died. So I think we're going to be waiting a second for the teams to reassemble. That is indeed the case. But while we're here, and may as well play with our new shiny toys, why don't we go ahead and take a look at a quick replay from that first round. Let's take a look at that cap, the one that I could not pay attention to. So we see Snakebite coming through. Diesel actually makes it through, grabs Snakebite from the other side, whips Pat out, and then Sleepy makes sure to correct me and gets that cap very quickly. None of the Fury members able to respond in time to stop that cap. What a great cap that was.
You're absolutely right. Sorry, I'm just jotting that note down about that end round overlay for the developers so that they can try and get a fix on that ASAP. I've also updated our score here in the lobby to make sure that everything is tracking as correct.
What would I do without you, Sleepy?
Just trying to make sure everything is as good as it can be for the folks out there tuning into this Friday night fight we've got for them. I'm glad to be hosting it, but man, was I stressed about getting here. But now I'm getting into the groove, and I'm liking it. I'm liking the action. SpaceForce bringing the heat right out of the gate. Fury, they've got to answer back here soon, or Map 1's going to go directly to SpaceForce.
Yeah, that is the impending doom that they have to face right now. I mean, it's so hard to come back from, especially if you're having technical issues like we saw Crazy Mike having there. They gotta try and rally around it. I wonder if maybe they'll bring in a reservist if Mike can't resolve his issue in time. Although I hope that's not the case. Mike is definitely a great player. You never want to lose him.
Absolutely not. Crazy Mike he was clutching that round for him. I thought he might even grab Quintessential there, but he turned his attention away and unfortunately got the wrong end of that bullet.
Yeah, definitely. While we have this couple minutes of downtime, I do want to remind people to go ahead and check out that VR Master League site that I mentioned earlier on in the War Room section. That is a link in the description of the Twitch. You can also find a link to the Discord there, where all of us league guys and casters and mods and players, everybody hangs out. It's a great place to meet people, play with people, especially now. I think we've got a free weekend as well. That's another announcement we should definitely be making. I think Onward is free for the weekend while the patch is live, so you can
Right, it is.
get your friends in there, get all your buddies, get your mom, get your dad, whoever you want. Get them all in there. Get them playing.
Get Mama
this game.
Birds in there.
Mama Birds. She actually, I believe, will be playing this weekend, so you can catch Mama Birds as well on Onward this weekend. But it's going to be a really good time to get in. There's going to be tons of lobbies, tons of people playing. Really exciting stuff. So yeah, definitely check all that stuff out. I think we are still waiting. Oh no, actually, Crazy Mike is back in the lobby, so I think now we're just waiting.
But we've lost one on SpaceForce now.
Of course we did.
It's a teeter-totter.
Yep, one of these days we'll get back to the action. But we do appreciate you guys coming to hang out. Thank you for, dealing with our tech issues, dealing with all the nasty things that come with all this new stuff. But we're excited to have you here. And over the next couple of days, we're going to be bringing you a ton of great matchups. I think we've got. Let's take a look here since we do have an extra second what our matches look like for the weekend.
Definitely some good ones. I'm really disappointed my availability for this weekend casting-wise is so slim because there are some great matchups this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting tomorrow at 3 Pacific, Buxton and myself will be hosting Blitz versus Reavers. A nice little mid-tier matchup there. And on the same time, about an hour later, Stone Cold Killers and Ember will be duking it out with Nightfire and Todd as the casters. And then Sunday, we're going to be bringing you a double header. It's going to be Boss Fight Beginners, casted by Knight and Bucks, and Lemon Squad and Silent Purge by yours truly and Todd. So those are going to be going on at the same time. We're going to try out some fancy new things there. But tune in to all those games. Lots of really fun stuff. We're going to have no shortage of action before that mighty Super Bowl weekend. The weekend of weekends.
The weekend of weekends. And I think here pretty soon, within the next couple of weeks. Here, let me hold on. Let me just go up here to the Discord channel. Look at this little calendar. Yeah, in just about another week, we've got the first round of the Button Cup. So that'll be exciting as well. Got a lot of exciting stuff coming up in the weeks ahead.
Oh, Button Cup. That, you know what? We're never going to solve it. Why? We're not so different, you know?
No, and I completely agree with you there, and I've kind of said that from the beginning. I think the talent is all over the place, and to say it's not is just kind of foolish. But now it's just kind of a fun thing, you know, that good old-fashioned sportsman-like rivalry. So. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you know, it's fun. It's fun to play. I think it's a great way for teams that normally would not play each other in the regular season to test their chops against different play styles. It's definitely something that we should encourage more. I just hope people aren't putting too much stock into it. I think both sides of the pond have wonderful teams, wonderful players, and I'm just glad we get to play against each other so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely miss the league match aspect of the VRML, but if I need to just get myself back into those comp lobbies. I've been absent for too long. It's time I get back in there and hang with the people, play with the community, because there's a lot of fun people out there and a lot of great players, so very challenging in those comp lobbies nowadays.
Yeah, no joke. Absolutely no joke there. All right, well, while we wait here, I can't even talk today. While we wait here, let's go ahead and just kick you guys to a quick intermission while we wait for the last member of SpaceForce to join up. We can take a look at some of the clips from last week, and we will be right back with you when the action starts. We've got no rest for the wicked, folks, because as soon as I throw you into that intermission, you get to take a look at 2 clips, and we are back into the action. That's just how it happens. That's just that caster luck. We're going to be seeing that red car objective. Fury is going to be on the defense, looking to score their first point of the series. The bullets coming out here from Traden. A little bit of covering fire trying to get his teammates across. Not going to be hitting anybody in particular. GT is being patient and waiting. A grenade coming out, however, lands a little bit awry of Destructor, and now we've got some smokes coming out from SpaceForce. Very coordinated. Lots of great placements there. Maybe a little bit too far. Snakebite's going to have a pretty easy view onto these players as they come through, and GT grabs 2 immediately. Traden and Quintessential going down. Very quick picks by GT. No one pre-fired that fence, and they were punished for it. Destructor throwing a grenade out. Bald head. Meanwhile, grabbing Sergeant Vanover in this lane 1, and we're in a quick 4v2. Fury snapping back very quickly. The Space Force is 3 points. Seeing some bullets now. GT picking up Destructor as he comes through, and Crazy Mike cleans up Diesel, and that, my good friends, is that. Wow, what a quick offensive round that was. About 1 minute and 25 seconds, and Fury is back on the board. 3, 2, 1. Wow, fantastic. Fantastic play by Fury there to hold that defense. Those are some very clutch picks by GT there for his team, cleaning up that lane 4 approach all by himself, basically. And exactly what they needed coming off of that 3-0, I believe. And if you are wondering, Sleepy will be right back with us in a bit of a tech issue, but he is going to rejoin us quickly. In the meantime, you'll just have to deal with this delicious voice in your ears. And you won't have to deal with it for too long as we now jump into round 4. Quick starts from these guys. They really want to get into this action. Don't mind the score at the top of your screen. That should be 3-1, but the scoreboard is correct on my side. Now,
I'll go ahead and fix that scoreboard for you, kind sir.
oh, Sleepy. Just in time. Space Force looking to close this map out 3-1 right now. They've got defense. What can Fury do? I mean, what do you do here? Do you be aggressive? Is that the answer? I don't think that's the answer. I answered my own question. Crazy Mike very aggressively pushing up into this lane 3 approach. He's not going to catch anybody out, though, as Space Force is tucked in pretty well. Very stacked on that eastern side. And focusing very heavily on the objective. Some shots coming out towards Crazy Mike, not landing, lucky for him. And now smoke's coming out from Bald. Frag returned by Diesel, but no love there.
And it's Christmas time again in the streets of suburbia.
Grenades just coming every which way.
That one almost killing a teammate. Space Force there, Sergeant Vanover almost taking out Traden with that frag.
Destructor grabbing GT4 there. Snakebite, however, trained on him, not able to grab the refrag just yet.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough attack for him. He's gonna need some kind of visual, deterrent, a smoke grenade, a flashbang, something to get that angle on Destructor. If he gets Destructor first, I would be amazed because Destructor should have all the advantage in the world here.
And Vanover and Crazy Mike having a little bit of a firefight here, but nothing landing. Snakebite grabs Destructor on that porch in the end. He didn't need anything, Sleepy. He didn't need anything.
What did I just say? Destructor, you let me down, bud. I'm sorry. You should have had that one, unfortunately.
Oh, and a team kill? Oh no, Sergeant Vanover picking up Traden. I think that was very accidental. I don't think he thought that Traden was going to move up that aggressively. I think he was still shooting at the offense that was just there, but unfortunate anyway. And they're now in a disadvantageous 3v4. Fury up 1 man.
Yeah, that was not good, and right now I'm going to start calling them space facepalm, because between Destructor getting picked by Snakebite and Sergeant Vanover's immediate refrag on his teammate, not doing too well here for having a 3-1 lead. Let's hope they can turn things around and kind of get back on track. Crazy Mike, though, going to find Sergeant Vanover by the black-covered car. And the objective is somewhat open from the north side, and Fury has got control with the exception of, who is this rogue person in the back? Quintessential, sitting in the back.
Quintessential just missed Snakebite. It was so close. Snakebite just hopped behind the bushes there as Quintessential came to check the corner. I'm not sure that he actually saw him there. But yeah, you're right. Oh my God, Beast picking up Quintessential, and now it's just a 4v1. Diesel, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when they come for you?
Please go for the gap. Go for that gap. No, he's out in the middle of the street. Nothing that he can do, and Diesel's gonna find Snakebite.
Unfortunate.
Now some well placed.
Diesel grabbing, bald-headed. Beast Beast is pad out. Oh, he tried for it. Luckily, Crazy Mike there to clean up after, and that came down to a basically 1v1. Can you believe that? See, they were 4v1, and Diesel cleans up 3, almost takes that round for SpaceForce, but Fury able to just sneak by there. Oh, my heart's pounding.
Yeah, that was Fury's all day, and they did claim the round, but they definitely could have gotten that cap. I think they wasted their utility a little bit too early in that round. We saw a lot of smokes come out early on, but at the end, when they really needed it to just mask them as they pushed towards the objective, they didn't have it, and that's a lesson you'll just have to learn about utility usage, unfortunately. But they do take the round still, so why am I harping on them so much?
Because we're casters. We got nothing better to do.
Well, we got the caster vision, so.
That's right. Speaking of caster vision, boy, oh boy, do we have an objective coming up that is really going to be tough for these teams. SpaceForce has an uphill battle trying to grab this away from Fury. We got center house objective upstairs. I don't know. Do you think SpaceForce has some kind of gnarly plan for this upstairs? They've been pretty coordinated so far. Some really great smokes coming out from them. Good communication and teamwork that I've seen so far when I've been, sort of in their area. What do you think?
On the side of SpaceForce, you said?
Correct.
Yeah, I think their communication's good. I think they could even maybe step it up a little bit more. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being constantly talking. I know some teams don't like it because they think they give away too much information when they do that, but the more information your team has to work with, the better off they're going to be, and the better situational awareness they'll have overall. If they can kind of picture in their mind where you are, where the nearest enemy or the last enemy you encountered is or was, I mean, all of that information can just paint a mental picture for you while you're out there. That's really important. And, like I say it at every cast, and I'm not going to say it, but just communication is very important.
Absolutely. We are going to be seeing SpaceForce opting for a more eastern push. They're going to try and clear out the larger portion of the east before they make their push. We're not going to see a straight push in, and Sergeant Vandover grabbing the top floor there. Beast going down on objective. And now they are in a nice little advantageous position, but they've got quite the gauntlet to run through. They do have Crazy Mike and GT watching the bulk of the sides of center house from the spawn, and they still have to deal with Baldhead, who is sitting in this tucked in position.
Trayton's putting out suppressive shots down the middle alley, and it is not good because that's his teammate. He's popping. Nice frag comes out from Baldheaded, but unfortunately just not far enough, but it's going to give Destructor the information that he needs. He knows someone's there. He tries to throw a frag around the corner, and Baldheaded blows his C4. Baldheaded's gonna find one and then another. He actually grabs 2 there. I just couldn't see it through the smoke.
Yeah, that was a great C4 that we can now finally see, which is a nice bonus. Baldheaded opting to rotate all the way back into the spawn house there, which is an interesting choice. Baldheaded now revive. Oh, GT was grabbing GT is why. Okay, so GT is back up now after being down there by Vanover.
Trayton being very reckless here on lane 4, and he's going to get punished for it. GT4 going to pick him up from the back corner fence. Wow, that's an interesting position you don't see too much. Snakebite going to find Diesel as well, and now it is all up to Sergeant Vanover, and there we go. Again, another team kill, this time from the side of Fury. Crazy Mike is going to kill, I believe that was Snakebite?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of those communication breakdowns. He did not realize that was a friendly, and there he's kicking himself a little bit, but Sergeant Vanover now Sergeant Vanover now looking to try and clutch this for his team, try to take this map, but Crazy Mike, he's got a good spot. Yeah, he should be able to see him here, no problem. The gun is out, and there goes Sergeant Vanover goes down. Fury goes up 3-3, normalizing after a 3-0 starter score.
And look at this. My predictions were correct, I almost called you Buxton, not Noman. I'm so sorry. Not that there's anything wrong with
it's a compliment, I would say.
It
Dude,
is a compliment,
that's fine.
actually, in this community. But look exactly what we have here. I said it's going to go 4-3 here, and that's exactly what we have. A 6-round battle due to the cap, obviously, but we go for best of 7 here on the first map, and that is something I'm just loving to see on my Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody wants to see blowouts all day. We want to see some underdog stories happen here. Fury coming back after Crazy Mike restarting his computer. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe Crazy Mike's performance issues. They can blame the first 2 rounds entirely on Crazy Mike's performance issues, and able to come back there and grab those 3 points. And those, so again, this without caps, SpaceForce has 1 cap and 1 round victory, and Fury has now scraped back 2 defensive wins and 1 offensive win. Now they're looking in this 6th round to grab the series. And let's actually hop over.
Well, they'll grab the map. The series still has to be
That's true.
decided
You're
in
right.
2 more maps.
Words are hard, Sleepy. Words are hard. The map is what they're going for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 3-3. Let's go.
Fury, pretty much every member pulling their tablet out there for a moment or two, memorizing that code. Are they going to go aggressive straight into the middle house, or are they going to try and do some sort of witchcraft and work their way in from the outsides?
Well, the defense looks like they're gonna have a hard time no matter what they do, because the defense is opting to largely stay inside that center house. They got 4 members stacked up, and we take a look at the overhead map here. There's 3 showing on the map, but 4 inside the house and 1 all the way in the back of the spawn. Nades coming out from Baldhead, and a great nade though. I mean, no one there, but geez.
Yeah, that is a very hotly defended spot though, so that was a very well placed grenade, and I'm sure that's exactly where that grenade was intended to go, because that was a gorgeous arc.
Yeah, beautifully thrown, and now the offense has stalled out a little bit, so I wonder if they're waiting just sort of to make the defense jittery, or if there's a plan that we're not quite seeing yet. But Baldheaded now, I have to excuse me bumping into the camera there, pushing up a little bit heavy. Not going to be able to catch anybody out here. I'm curious as to see how he decides to take advantage of the the amount of ground that SpaceForce has given up here.
Yeah, SpaceForce is definitely playing this close to the vest, but you know what? It is going to be really tough for Fury to get their way upstairs. SpaceForce pretty much know that this is do or die for this map. They're going to put it all on the line, with the exception of that one man, Sergeant Vanover, I believe it was, who... Oh, okay, there he is. He relocated on me. With the exception of him, the rest of them are all right inside that middle building, and they are just waiting and lying in wait for Fury.
Yeah, Sergeant Vanover now rotated back around, throws a wonderful grenade, grabs Crazy Mike there, grabs Snakebite through the fence as well. Now Baldheaded looking for him, does manage to pick him up and shut that down. Crazy Mike should be revivable. His team, obviously we have caster vision. We know that there is no danger in this revive, but...
I think any smart player will still push their way towards that down friendly, no matter what, and assess the situation there on the scene. If you just ignore it, then you're wasting valuable resources. I mean, his ammo, his ability to shoot, his utility. I mean, you really just have to make sure you always get those revives, as long as it's not an obvious bait situation. If you got a guy laying out in the middle of a field on downfall or on quarantine, you're going to need to utilize him, and hopefully he can spot out anyone who might be watching him for the trap, because occasionally the enemies will lay those.
Who doesn't love setting traps? A couple of shots coming out there, not going to land anybody. That's just fun to say. That's fun to say.
Of course.
All right, smoke's starting to come out now. Smoke's starting to come out now from GT. They're looking to block off this western side of the center house, likely just so he can make this rotation. They want to make sure that first story doesn't have any visibility as they come through. And now Crazy Mike and the Beast moving up through to the bottom of this center house. Diesel's going to be their first and probably most important line of defense. Bald-headed, as I say that, from the top of the spawn house, grabs Diesel in that position, and upstairs is wide open. They're going to have to find a way to get some equipment up there. If they can get a frag in a great spot, I mean, we take a look at this defense. Destructor.
Just put one through the front windows.
Yeah. Oh, crazy Mike. What was that angle? Oh, wow. He grabbed it from the front. Take a look at this. Take a look at this angle here.
Every
Wow.
League player everywhere taking notes here. And the Beast gonna down crazy or bald-headed there on that shot. Crazy Mike gonna call that out, correct them, and also go for the revive. That's gonna be good because now they'll have 2 people, and both of these guys on the objective are upstairs. So if they get up into that spawn house, that Volt spawn house back there where he's going for that resurrection. Oh, GT4 pushes upstairs and he finds Trade.
He's got Pat out. He doesn't know Quintessential's up there. He shuts that down very quick, and they got a minute and a half to deal with just this last Space Force member upstairs on the objective. What an attempt there. I mean, I can't believe it put his gun away that quickly. Now he's in a 3v1. Bald-headed is back up. If he stands up for even a moment, Bald is going to be all over him. He needs to stay low. He needs to stay quiet. And he needs to have his shots ring true, Sleepy.
He needs to stop having his teammates shoot at him. That's his problem.
It happens to the best of us. Crazy Mike laying down some more suppressing fire into the corner. Shot's going to be coming out. Bald-headed should be seeing this backpack, I think, as Quintessential is bouncing up and down through the windows. He's coming up, pre-firing, and Crazy Mike grabs that round for Fury, going up 4-3, taking that map after a 3-0 deficit. Wow. Unbelievable. What did I just see? What kind of madness did I just see, Sleepy?
You just saw Fury winning that.
Oh.
And bringing it back from being capped on in round 1. I mean, let's not forget that Sergeant Vanover, I think, was capped on Fury in round 1 of this map, and yet Fury able to bring it back until SpaceForce to take a hiking out of their neighborhood.
Oh my goodness. I am rattled already just in the first map, but that was a great series played by both teams. I believe we're gonna need to change maps. I think they are, yeah, they are indeed.
Yeah, I figured with the way the scores weren't tracking, even though I changed it, it did not trigger the map selection screen, so it does look like we'll have to go through to a rehost so that we can determine our next map.
And while we do that, which should be relatively quick, we will kick you guys over to a quick intermission while we get everybody ready to go. So we will be back in just a moment with map 2 of this SpaceForce Fury series. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The map is loaded. And the map, Sleepy, is Downfall 1.
You're right, it is. Fury actually loved this map. If I remember correctly, they do play this one quite often if they're given the option. And with their teamwork and their communication, I think they've got a really good shot at winning this, even if they do start on Marsoc here. We'll have to see if SpaceForce can come back, because this is their last shot to keep themselves in this series. Otherwise, it'll all be for points after that. And Fury will be on the attack.
That is correct. We are in round 1 of map 2 now. Diving into this SpaceForce Fury match. SpaceForce now looking to hold up a little bit more of a defense. A little bit more of a spread out defense than I normally see. Well, I suppose it's a little bit normal. Destructors grabbing that aggressive position in the sandbags, which is definitely a very common one. I think popularized a lot by Verts from Blaze in previous matches. And the offense is choosing to be pretty slow. So we're seeing that 3-2 split that we commonly see out of strategies. On Downfall, you generally don't want to commit all your members to one side of the map. It's an easy way to get trapped by the defense, so nothing surprising there, but...
I wouldn't say that the Marsoc push is slow necessarily. I think they're doing a good job at timing out the south with the north. As I watch from the overhead map, if I'm just kind of trying to connect the dots in my head, things are moving along pretty well, and now they've got one man up on the hillside kind of providing overwatch for the push in the south while also coordinating with their guys in the north. But that SpaceForce defense from a top-down view looks pretty solid, so it's going to take a lot for Fury to be able to get it. But they look strong to me going in.
And we'll see how it works out, Sleepy. We'll see. See who's right where. Traden grabbing the Beast, however, very quickly in that northern side. Very tight angle here. He does grab him at the North Hotel. The call-out's made, and now we're in a 5v4. Fury down a man. Confirm shots. Had to come back to him just to make sure he wasn't doing something crazy, but confirming that kill. And now we see a drone, and I was actually able to catch it. Where is it? There it is. And like a mini game the casters play. Find the drone. It's over here by this red pickup truck.
Traden telling his teammates to not shoot at the drone if it finds you, to just kind of hold your position or try and find a new spot if you can. But not shooting that drone is going to be very, very harmful to them. Every one of their positions could be found out. And somebody's not going to listen to Traden very well. Or, oh wait, no, that's quintessential.
They're just taking shots out. That drone's out. I'm not going to follow that drone anymore. It's very nauseating even for me. I apologize to our viewers if that was a little bit hard to watch, but...
Would be cool. James, please make a note. Someone clip this and send it to me so I can send it to James. Give us first-person view on the drone. That could be something interesting with a nice little, like, fake-looking... I don't care if it's fake and has no purpose. Just even with, like, a drone-style overlay on it would be pretty sweet.
Oh, you're making me so excited for future Onward, Sleepy. Diesel throwing that smoke out, just enough information, or sorry, Crazy Mike throwing that smoke out, giving Diesel just enough information there in that North HQ to pick him up, and now Fury are down 2 men.
Yeah, and their south push has basically been demolished. The only guy that's left down there is the one who's shooting from the rocks, and he's going to be withdrawing soon, it looks like. Yeah, he's moving his way down the hill into the northernmost, or the eastern South Valley exit.
Yeah, they've spent a lot of time sort of trying to set this offense up, and they really haven't gotten a lot of benefit out of it. GT had to rotate all the way around from the south, that sort of center-south area. Now shots coming out from Diesel.
That was an enemy, but I don't think I hit him.
Yeah, so he does call the shots out that he took on Snakebite. More shots coming out his way. Now they're trading. Baldhead also patiently waiting for a rotation, but I don't think another one's going to come out. These these defenders are tucked in as tight as possible. They haven't lost anybody. I don't see why they would want to move. But it's going to be up to the offense to sort of shake them up and make them make a mistake. That's now bringing out towards GT's position, I believe that is. Quintessential laying down some fire there, and GT is actually out. He's out wide, out the wide open spaces over here. Shots coming out. GT, however, gets hit, doesn't go down, and he downs Quintessential instead.
Yeah, that was an impressive shot. I think Quintessential had that kill all day, but I guess not as accurate.
Didn't control the recoil of that G3 Destructor, picking up Bald-Headed. No one checking that.
But GT definitely heard it, and he is alert to it. He took a quick shake left and pinned his eyes that way. So he definitely knows someone's over there, but it's going to be hard for him to get by. Ooh, he might be able to catch Diesel out here. Diesel just standing in the open. No, he's going to see GT4 first. And now it's all up to poor Snakebite here. Left alone with 39 seconds left on the clock on the Western Street as he pushes closer and closer to the objective. The SpaceForce defense, solid as I called it. Still a 5-man squad. Snakebite taking some shots.
Took some shots out towards Diesel. Quintessential now has the position as well. Sergeant Vanover's in a good spot to, make sure he doesn't approach the cap. But even the casters aren't paying attention to time. He's got 10 seconds. Traden picking him up there with 9 seconds left on the clock. That offense was absolutely demolished that round. What do you think? What do you think about that offense, Sleepy? I mean, that was systematic dismantling by SpaceForce to knock that out.
To be fair, I don't think it was necessarily a bad offense. I mean, yes, there were some bad calls. Like who was that was standing out in the open there? I think it was GT, though he managed to get the trade. Eventually, that trade was able to be revived. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the offense was bad. I mean, if you look at the overhead map now, just to see, you can see where all those Marsoc players died. And they all got in pretty close. I mean, with the exception of a few. But I just think that defense from SpaceForce was just that solid,
Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely not meant to be disparaging to Fury, but that was, very clean by SpaceForce. That was one of the cleaner defenses I've seen on this objective. This one can get very hectic because it's got a lot of different approaches you can take. The south, the center, the north, with sort of a wide berth, if you will. So for the offense to approach the way they did, sure there was mistakes made, and there was mistakes made on the defensive side, but I don't know. They didn't even get close. I don't think that was even 100 meters within the objective range. Like, nobody even got close enough to make any damage happen. So a good job by SpaceForce there. That's exactly what they needed. They just blew that 3-0 lead there on Suburbia, and now they're going to need to find their way back to stay in this series. We're going to watch them do that here in round 2 of map 2. Fury now on defense. We want to remind everybody in the chat while you're watching this to clip things. Clip all your favorite things. We love seeing those clips in the chat. We use them for production purposes for other things. It's also wonderful for the players to see all of their cool plays in tiny clip form. So make sure you're doing that. Snakebite quickly picking up Diesel. Not sure what that angle was.
Great shot onto him, I think. That is a good question. Where was Diesel? Oh, I see him. He's up here by East Church. So yeah, the pick definitely possible. He caught him out in this very small opening, really.
The Beast just missing Destructor there coming up into the White House. He's watching the ravine exit, but he's keeping the angle a little bit too tight. He's not able to see them sort of running up the hill, and I think 2 people are going to get by on this ravine side, and he does give up on that angle and start watching the center instead. Shots now coming out from Destructor. Yeah, he is taking shots, precautionary shots, not anybody in particular. And now the Beast able to capitalize on that angle. Rotating back grabs trading with a beautiful headshot, knocking him out, and SpaceForce is down to 4.
SpaceForce is doing a great job here on Downfall. Not only did they have a very solid defense in the last round, but right now they've got a very strong offense going for them as... Wait, nope, I'm sorry. That was all wrong. I just mixed up my teams.
Oh, you guys. We had a long day of work, and now we got this going on. You know, it's a mess. It's a mess. But you're right. Yeah, SpaceForce's current offense is doing pretty well. Fury's defense is coming out equally as strong as the defense we just saw. Sergeant Vanover here crawling up to Diesel, looking to get this revive. Hopefully, I'm not sure Bald-Headed will be able to check that angle again, but if he stays low enough, yeah, the revive does come out. They should be safe. So now they're back to a 4v5, and that's a great revive to get. You definitely need every member of your offense to make something happen on Downfall. It's very difficult when you're down a man or 2 men, especially.
That's absolutely correct. Destructor uses a red smoke to get himself out of the White House. Him and Quintessential are now pushing their way back east through the valley, through the ravine. They're going to move their way east as the teammates Sergeant Vanover and Diesel push their way up to the north. And the offense is essentially doing a live rotation here. They've got the time. It's about 3.25 minutes left on the clock. There's a very weak defense on the north, actually. They're relying kind of heavily on the south, and I think that might be a little bit due to the fact that those early shots came out from their defender clipping Diesel. But they don't really have anyone dedicated to the north except that one guy, and you could maybe count the one in Brothel who's got the angle all the way up that western street. But the north side of the objective is fairly weak, honestly. No one's actually in or around the building where the objective is. It can be broken through. I think this offense with the right rotation could slither their way through like a sneaky little snake.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Baldhead now calling out Sergeant Vanover's rotation there. I think Diesel will be caught in that. There are a bunch of call-outs coming out. We did see a smoke now come down from this bungalow. Not quite sure that's... Oh, maybe that is where they wanted it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, even if it's not, you could work with it, that's for sure. But it's not going to matter because Crazy Mike is that man defending the north, and he's got the angle on Diesel. He's down and out. Sergeant Vanover, I believe, might have been clipped there. I think he might have just revived him or healed himself. The Beast's going to find him, though. Things not looking good now for SpaceForce, and here we go again. Why is SpaceForce just kind of walking out in the open here?
Yeah, shots
on Downfall,
now.
That is not what you want to do.
No, definitely not. Destructor now taking quite a few shots. Does not know that his team is obliterated. Bald-Headed is trained on this position. Take a look at his view of this. Been having totally trapped there. He's gonna go for the nade. I will follow it just in case. Buxton would never let me live that down if Bald-Headed nailed that grenade, but unfortunately lands a little too short. And he is gonna have to. Yeah, Destructor here has a minute left, and he is just pegged dead to rights. There is no way he is getting out of this. Yep, GT grabbing him very quick from the downstairs. SpaceForce grabbed themselves a win.
Nope, Fury.
Sorry, Fury grabbed himself. Yep, I did it too. Yay!
It's okay. It's because you saw the overlay in the scoreboard. It's fine. I've noted it and sent that to James, so we'll get that fixed hopefully very soon.
Happens every time, and there's a score that's wrong on this side. Ugh, God, all day today. Jesus. But
I got your scoring game, baby. Don't you worry about that. You just keep bringing this lovely action to the people, and we'll call it even, okay?
Yeah, we are in a 1-to-1. I fixed the scoreboard. I paid attention. Very important. We are in a tight series again. Again, we're man. I think the rest of this game is going to be exactly like this. And honestly, I'm okay with that, Sleepy. I'm very okay with that.
I'm not understanding what's going on here. It seems the lobby has emptied out.
Oh, the objective is bugged is what happened. So the objective did not change. It was the same objective for the third round. So, yep, we are seeing a bit of a lobby refresh here, and while we jump out and try to find the new lobby, I will give you guys a quick intermission while we get all of this stuff squared away. Thanks for bearing with us, and thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the lobby is back up. We're back in it. The objective has changed. We're back into this 1-1 series, Fury and SpaceForce. Thank you for sticking with us. I do apologize. The intermission screen is not showing weekly scores. I believe that website is unfortunately down, but the clips are working, so you still get something pretty to watch while we're figuring our matches out.
Absolutely, and I'm wondering, will SpaceForce use this angle to see anybody coming out from that north spawn that they had? But no, Fury going to be able to get down that hill very quickly, and they're already into the northwestern side of the map. They're going to be able to get up this west street and get a lot of ground quickly, unless the defenders can get some sort of angle of sight on it.
Movement north white tower 2, and we have one that's stuck at the northeast truck.
Yeah, shots coming out there from Vanover. Did not land, but he was able to make some good call-outs for his team. I think he did actually call them out all correctly, so they are up. We've got a very aggressive push here by Diesel on the defense. Crazy Mike just misses the shots on him. So close, but we should be hearing him letting the team know there's somebody there. Diesel now taking up an interesting position here. Very aggressive, but still watching backwards. He's making sure that nobody gets past him in that sort of center area.
Past the bungalow, the west street,
Vanover now taking some fire from Bald Headed in that north HQ.
Took fire from the barricades next to the helicopter.
Not quite the right call out, but very close. Shots now ringing out all over him. Vanover should be rotating out of this position. I would not want to stay there once I'm called out. It's a very dangerous spot that a lot of people can sort of train in on you from. But maybe he'll be able to get a pick here. Crazy Mike taking some pre-fire shots out, not landing anywhere.
Snakebike's on a push up to the center hotel while Crazy Mike lays down some blind fire. Suppressive fire. Diesel's going to hear him push in and find Snakebite. So it's just Crazy Mike, and I believe that's Bald Headed there with their LMGs pushing in the west street.
Yeah, great awareness there by Diesel, especially with all that gunfire going on. It's pretty difficult to hear footsteps like that, but good on him for being able to keep his head cool there. And now shots coming back out from the defense on Crazy Mike's position from South Marsoc. Diesel peeking that window for seemingly no reason. Crazy Mike grabbing the headshot off of him, and now it is all tied up 4-4.
Now Crazy Mike, I think, is turning his attention to... No, I'm not sure if he knows he got the guy in Center Hotel. It looked like he might have been still shooting at that. Oh, but we got one. Who is this? Looks like GT is going to be able to come up behind the guy in the north dark room. It's
Yeah,
on the south.
Vanover's in
southwestern.
trouble. Vanover needs to be... Oh, man, he's rotating out at just the right time. If he can make the white tower, GT's just going to miss him. Destructor is not aware that anybody's behind him. GT's going to have full run of this south side if SpaceForce doesn't catch him out.
Yeah, and if he gets into the position that you were able to get yourself into last week against the Danglers, he could cause some real damage to the defenders here without anyone even knowing he was there to begin with. And Destructor won't have an angle to really be able to take him down from.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a devastating position. And if nobody catches your rotation, yeah, you can do some real work up there. Nobody's really expecting that push from the south side. We're seeing some smokes. Crazy Mike pushing up. Quintessential looking in this area. Not sure if he's going to be able to see him. Take a look at
Fury's
his
going to
view there.
have to utilize better usage of their time, however. Running low, they've got 2 minutes 30, and a lot of them are still not quite in any sort of position to really attack from. I'm hoping that they don't lose this one to Father Time.
Crazy Mike did a great job there repositioning the smoke, covering the doorway, and coming in that way. Quintessential was not watching despite the great smokes. But even if he was, he wouldn't have seen anything except for smoke. And now we're going to be seeing some suppressive shots coming out. GT just whistling over here, coming down. Yep. Marching towards the objective. Beast grabbing Vanover there with a great shot from center bungalow. And now GT pushing up aggressively. Is Destructor going to be able to see him from his position? I don't think he is. He's not watching this. He's on objective.
Oh, but he traded.
Traden is down. Now it's just 2 members of SpaceForce, 3 members of Fury. They need to capitalize. They need to move. I mean, they don't know that
Totally.
they don't know that happened, but smokes are coming out. I think they are finally starting to realize
They've
the push
got
needs to
Crazy
come.
Mike and Bald-Headed both over here with LMGs from the center house. They're in a great starting position. They just need to be wary. Ooh, are they going to be able to catch Destructor out? They do. Now all they have to worry about is Quintessential, and he's going to have to rotate in order to get better coverage on it. If these guys come in, if they block his vision, which that smoke is going to do a great job of, the Beast is going to be able to... He could actually sneak in from kind of the northern angle here if he stays low. He's got all
Beast
day.
spotted him.
Quintessential's pushing him.
He spotted him.
Bald-Headed's taking the shots. Quintessential's gonna... He said, you know what? You're gonna have to kill me before you cap, baby, because I'm not leaving.
He's going for this risk.
Trading up.
It's 2.
It's a 3v2.
Crazy
Bald-Headed actually kills the Beast, but he's gonna save the round.
Oh, man, that team kill could have been devastating. That was very close for Fury. Great round,
Wow.
though. Great round.
Absolutely, and Fury taking it. Now up 2-1, we can see why they picked it. Like I said, their teamwork and their communication, I think, is just a little bit more together than SpaceForce. But that's honestly to be expected, since SpaceForce is technically a brand new team. While some of its players are seasoned members of the league, they've only recently put this team together. So I'm sure that cohesion and that coordination is still lacking just a little bit while they work out the kinks. But it's also early season as well, so this is kind of your shakedown period. This is the best time for you to go ahead and try and really shake things up and maybe try something new that you wouldn't have done last season. See if that's going to work and maybe try and tweak it if it does work to a certain extent. So nothing to really say here, but Fury doing a great job winning that Marsoc round for their team. Also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody out there for tuning in. Of course, we enjoy bringing this action to you. Thank you for those bids. I see 404 dropping one here or there. I saw Nightfire with his Twitch Prime subscription. You can do one free Twitch Prime subscription a month. We really do appreciate it if you choose to drop it here with us. We also appreciate those of you out there clipping things for us. I think Vivian, aka Ferris, getting a couple clips, Dr. Leo Martin. So just a big thanks to the community and the viewers out there for tuning in and helping us bring all this great action to the community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Echo all of that. You guys are fantastic. And we are jumping into this next round, round 3, map 2. Fury looking to try to take a lead here. They definitely want to try to establish as much of a lead as possible. They started off on Marsoc. They really need to They really, they can't sit by and just let defensive wins happen. So Fury's going to be looking to try and get that leg up in this round.
Well, SpaceForce is going to get the same spawn. They got the direct north spawn behind North Hotel. Let's see what they're able to do with this. Fury's gotten very aggressive with their defense, and they also have, looks like, yes, it's bald-headed. He's on a very hard flank up the eastern side. He's going to be able to come around completely behind this this SpaceForce offense, and he's going to be able to do some damage, I expect, before he's going to be taken down. And as we talk about damage, the Beast is going to down Vanover. Already the SpaceForce offense kind of crumbling.
Crazy Mike absolutely pinned down there. Snakebite taking some shots out towards Quintessential. They do land.
Here comes Bald-Headed. He's getting very close now. He's on the southeast. He's come all the way around behind it. Diesel's going to find a nice pick, but it's not going to matter because here comes Bald-Headed. He's going to find one. Will he find Destructor? Oh, Destructor doesn't hit the shots. Bald-Headed's going to know he's there. Here comes a frag. Nope, a flash.
The frag is
There's
out.
the frag.
The frag's out. Destructor. Good night. That frag
Oh
is
my
fantastic.
goodness, please, someone clip that. What a great flank from Bald-Headed. He's going to grab 2, and he can also go ahead and finish Vanover and really close this. And now, GT's also pushed from Fury. This defense on Volk is aggressive, and there we go again. Fury going to walk all over SpaceForce on that defense and take it 3-1.
Yeah, holy cow. What a play there.
What a round.
I was actually following GT there for a second thinking he was bald-headed. Bald-headed was way further than I thought he was, so I did manage to catch the back half of his flank, but great job by him getting all the way up behind the offense there and wreaking some crazy havoc. That flash frag combo was just delicious. I hope to see that clipped very quickly in the chat.
Man, that whole round, I can't believe, I mean, it's very risky what they did to do, that hard of a flank on defense, especially if you get caught out, then you're already down a guy, and he was nowhere near the objective. So, but then they ended up sending 2, and it worked out really well for them. I'm still in awe from that. I wonder if we see any other teams try and pick up that strategy.
Yeah, definitely. They sent, so the offense there sent all 5 across to that northwest street, and you don't really see that. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. Is you rarely want to commit your whole team to one lane, and that is a prime example of why that is a mistake sometimes, especially if you're dealing with aggressive players on a team like Fury. That's one of the risks that you need to take, and that's one of the things that you need to be planning for when you're making those kinds of strategies.
You are so right. And I'm just excited to see how any of these strategies will all have to change in a few weeks when you have to worry about someone waiting for you with an RPG or an M203 grenade launcher from distance.
Yeah, that's going to make some exciting clips, I think. And we are seeing a new objective now. We didn't have to rehost the lobby, so kudos to that. And
this is map point for Fury.
Absolutely, and they want it. They're thirsty for it. They're going to be pushing to try to close this out, tie up the series, take it to that 3rd map. And we'll see if they're able to pull anything off. They're taking their time leaving the spawn here. I had to fly on over here.
Bald-Headed got an interesting position, though. I know what Bald-Headed is doing. He's waiting for those guys to push up the hill towards north-south Marsoc. But he's added a little flair to it, which I like. He's sitting here in this bush by the spawn, so that way he can't really be seen as easily sitting on top of this hill, but he's got a great sight line over onto that corner. So
yeah,
kudos
absolutely.
to him on that spot.
Unfortunately, the defense is not going to bite. I mean, they are just, let's take a look at the overhead map here. They are just tucked in. They're staying close. Nobody cares about that flank. The White House is going to be their biggest defense on that. And early shots coming out from Snakebite on that White House don't land. Bald-Headed taking some shots as well, but I can't imagine they're seeing anybody. I mean, potentially they're trading shots with Diesel here. They are, in fact, doing that. Diesel on objective is... I feel like that's reckless. You really don't need to be fired. That's a tucked-in spot until the offense is close enough, Why peek that window? Maybe he knows something I don't know. I'm sure he knows something I don't know. Actually, I should correct that. Crazy Mike now taking some shots out.
Everyone knows something you don't know, Noman. Just take a minute and let that sink in.
I could fill a whole book with things that people know that I don't know. Shots coming out from Crazy Mike on that position. Diesel responding back and very aggressively. Crazy Mike not going to get caught out with that.
They better watch out. Crazy Mike used this exact same spot to kind of open up the defense for his team that ultimately ended up in them taking this round. And we're seeing a similar placed objective. Now the smoke's coming out. That western dumpster building defender is going to have very little sight line. Crazy Mike Snakebite and the crew should be able to roll up pretty quickly on the center hotel. But no, Quintessential going to find Bald-Headed dead in the head.
Yeah, what a shot that was. Clear across from White Tower. Bald-Headed pushing up. We do see the Beast now running that flank. This is the one. This is the one that's dangerous. You got to make sure. Quintessential has to make sure that he is paying attention. And there's some shots traded so far. No one down. I'm not missing any action. I want to catch this flank. If there is one. Beast slowed up. I can't do it. All right, Diesel calling out to hold positions. Crazy Mike is now in center hotel. He's looking for Traden. Traden's tucked in a little bit. He's not going to commit to that.
Make a lot of noise though. He's going to wait for Crazy Mike though to take the bait. He's watching the door. Hopefully Mike is going to be a bit smarter about this and consider the fact that the guy could be laying away. No, he hears him stand up and he's going to rush him and find the kill. Wow, what a play there. Crazy Mike getting what should have been an easy kill for Traden. He's going to be able to pick it up for himself, but now he's going to have to worry about Diesel. As Diesel's watching that window, he's watching that balcony very closely. Did he see Diesel? No, but Diesel sees Crazy Mike and a nice headshot rings out. Woo!
That's what I get. I followed a grenade and there's a kill. Yes. Casters. No love for Casters. Sergeant Vanover capitalizing on that. Very tight angle. GT rushing out across the street, gets caught out. Now he's downed. Possible revive here from Snakebite.
He's not looking right now.
That flanker has not made a ton of progress, but if you pay attention to this overhead map, no one's looking. No one even knows he's there. If he's quiet enough, he could grab 1 or 2 kills.
Is that GT4 again? No, it's the Beast. I was gonna say if they let GT4 just walk through this valley again, I am going to just lose it.
No luck this time. You gotta spread it out. You gotta give everybody a shot. Now Fury running a little bit low on time. There is a down now from Quintessential. Beast on that flank is not going to make it. The confirm comes out. GT does grab Vanover, however, and we're in a 2v3.
Yeah, it's a 2v3 with a little lack of coverage, kind of. Oh, nope. Destructor's going to find Snakebite in now a 3v1.
Yeah, that was not the time to rush. No smokes. I mean, he just ran across for no reason. Now GT taking some shots down towards Diesel. And Diesel, yeah, rotating into the objective building. GT now the last man alive. He's got 1:15. What can he do?
Well, I was going to say if he can manage to beat out the... Never mind.
I was hoping I didn't have to cut you off there. Yeah, unfortunately, that offensive push not landing anything there. And SpaceForce go up 1 more point. Man, this is a nail biter, Sleepy. This has been some really great plays on both sides. The defenses are holding very tight. We haven't seen a ton of super amazing offensive plays just yet, but the defensive series have been very tight. Not, either team really giving up very little ground and very little positional advantage to the other teams.
Yeah, you've got that right. Will we see SpaceForce do what Fury did in map 1 and come back here and take map number 2? I'm finding it unlikely just only because Fury is going into their last map point on defense. All they have to do is play it very tight, make sure no caps come out and don't get picked. They should be able to seal this one up in a nice bag and clinch the series. However, SpaceForce will have the opportunity to be able to push here, and if they can get a cap, they can steal this one right out from under the nose of Fury, and we'll see another 4-3 closeout and a comeback from a 3-2 won the versus 3-0 in the first map, but still a good comeback nevertheless. So I'm excited to see what lies ahead, but you are right. We have a barn burner in process. Someone call the fire department, and someone call a Miracle Def and tell him thank you for gifting that tier 1 sub to 404. We appreciate your generosity, Durafin. Thank you for those bits. Dr. Leo Marvin, you as well. Thank you to everyone, and I'm seeing some clips rolling in as well. I love it. I love it. You guys are making me such a happy caster right now.
Yeah, we got nothing without you guys. Fury jumping into defense in this 5th round, and let's see if they can close it out. We're not going to make any predictions. Every time we do that, we get burned. It's a whole thing. Teams are going to start blaming us. We're just going to let these guys play.
Yeah, and I'm running out of shoes to eat, to be honest with you. So if anyone wants to make a donation to my shoes, because these teams make me eat leather all the time, putting my foot in my mouth for saying one thing, and then they prove me wrong. So someone please, hashtag wear sleepy shoes. Ooh, the Beast almost getting picked out from the Diesel there. Diesel already managed to get himself down to the north bungalow. He's got a fairly forward position for a northwest spawn like that. Northeast spawn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've got 2 defenders stacked up here in the center, but the offense, I'm gonna pan up a little bit here. Offense is opting for the furthest possible east push that they can manage, all the way out there, looking for those early picks. Man, they're taking their time. Nice grenade coming out from Bald on a position I think he noted very early on. Doesn't catch Diesel though. Yeah, he makes that call out, but it's not very helpful. Short nade could be from anywhere. Another flash coming out from Bald headed there from the bottom of center.
He might be able to catch. I think he might. Ooh.
Bald headed is just playing with fire. He wants
playing with my emotions is what he's playing with.
It could have been so good, and yet not so much. Diesel just holding this angle, just waiting. I think that this is a planned offense, right? I think that this is one of those where they set up in positions, they try to get their men into the, into that far south, try to get a flank going, and then make noise all at once. So I think we're seeing this lull in the action because the offense is trying to set up something fancy here, and we're going to be seeing trading on this south hill. I mean, they do need to move. I mean, 4 minutes is a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time on downfall. I think we've all been in that situation where we're like, 2.5 minutes, I've got plenty of time. And then, next thing we know, we're sprinting to objective. We're not checking corners. We're not checking windows. And get really messy really quick.
Yeah, you're right. The slow and methodical push is a good way to go, but you got to make sure to kind of keep that momentum going, because slow and methodical without forward momentum just stagnates, and then you end up with 30 seconds on the clock, like you said, and you're just running in, no checks, no covers, just all in. I was going to say something, but I got to figure out a better way to say it. All in gung-ho, we'll say that way. And yeah, you can make some really poor decisions, but 3 minutes, they can still pull this back and get into position here fairly quickly. They're not really very opposed in the southeast there. And I had a good line about my emotions, but you went on your little rant there, which is fine.
It's fine.
Killed the timing on it, so I'm going to let it go. And we'll have to see when someone is going to finally decide to shoot back at someone. Traden taking some shots from far north, or far south, I mean. Diesel going to find Snakebite, yeah.
He does find him in that window, which is beautiful. Baldhead, however, he's like a sentry. He's taking bullets. He doesn't care. He's looking for Diesel. Nobody able to find him out, however. Diesel now just taking some... Yeah, call out comes out that Brothel is rotating. The Beast is moving. Bald-headed catches Diesel in that window, though, and gets punished for it. Traden downing him. There are just 2 downs in the center hotel, though. Beast is in the perfect position to grab these revives. Now the Diesel's not a threat. Traden taking these shots all the way up from the hill. Beast grabbing that revive. Now Fury's back to 4v5. They could grab Bald here pretty easily. Now Traden making that call out that they got to move fast. I mean, come on. You knew you had to move fast. What are you talking about?
Quintessential playing charades down here, just throwing his hands up, pointing at the window, pointing at the White House to try and let his team know, if they can see him, that there are enemies in the white building. And I don't think GT4, he's going to find Vanover in the meantime. Destructor, though, he's going to return the favor with a nice headshot onto Bald-Headed.
Confirm is there. Quintessential's hearing all this. He knows Crazy Mike and GT are up here just having their tea time and discussing what's happening on the map.
Ooh, this could work out well. Quintessential and Traden are coming in on a pinch. If they time this right, they could storm this and get at least one, if not both of them, but no. Oh, no, Traden does find Crazy Mike with a headshot. GT4 might get a little risky here. Is he going to peek to find the attacker? I wouldn't. I'd sit back. No, if he goes to the window, he could actually... Uh-oh. Gotta follow this. Traden's on his...
Oh, my goodness. What a save there by GT from the white building. Quintessential, however, cleaning up GT on that information, and now he's moving in. Smokes out. Shots come out on Beast. They don't land. 40 seconds left. They're pushing this up. He's laying fire down. Snakebite's got to rotate out.
He's got the angle to get into the basement. If he gets into the basement, he could get the cap. SpaceForce could end this right here. If he just stops focusing on it. Oh, if he can get the Beast. No, he's going to go for the revive instead, and the Beast is going to be able to
Destructor's
shut
got
him down.
Pat out, and Snakebite catches him on the other side as well. Sorry, I had to cut you off there, but...
You're fine.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable there. What a series of events that could have led to some crazy caps there, but unfortunately... just letting it go a little bit too early, and SpaceForce grabbing that, tying the series up 3-3. Or sorry, no.
No, Fury just
Fury
won
won.
that
Fury won.
4-2.
Oh my god. It's all day with me.
It's okay. It's tough when you see that visual come up saying that
All,
team that didn't win won.
all day with me today, yeah.
Oh, it looks like we'll be getting another lobby. As of course, the game is not recognizing our input scores to set to the next map, so stick with us for a moment. We're going to go to another brief intermission. I know they've been a little frequent this evening, so we do apologize for that. Of course, there are some small kinks to still be worked out here in the version 1.5 update, but overall, I think it's been a great time, and I think the content now looks so great with these new smokes. Everything just seems crisper, and I don't know, maybe I'm just looking through it with champagne glasses or something.
Yeah,
but anyways, we'll be right back on that intermission. Roger that, ready to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our lobby is up. We are getting ready to jump back into this action. As I say that on this cargo map, I didn't have a chance to tell you what the map was before they jumped in. And we are jumping into this tied series. Yuri taking that... Oh, sorry, not tied series. Fury won. Man, scores are just
Yeah, Fury
horrible.
has closed out the series.
Horrible and confusing. Yeah, all right. We are into a Fury decided series, and now Cargo is the map that we're going to be seeing from these two teams. I promise I'll get better by tomorrow. I promise. Diesel grabbing a quick bald-headed rush there.
And right after he laid his C4 as well, so that's not going to do their team any good unless somebody goes back and picks up that clickety-clacker.
You'll hope that they traded it earlier on
I can
Diesel.
see it right
Oh,
here.
God.
Take a quick look there. You'll see it laying on the floor, armed and ready to go.
Crazy Mike.
Wow.
Yep, there it is. You're right. Yeah, Crazy Mike grabs a Diesel, however, on that little peek that he made, and GT is now in a great position to try and catch Quintessential. If he's not aware of GT's position, and he shouldn't be, he hasn't taken any shots down. Gotta stay quiet and careful. Did grab him as he comes around that wall. It's gonna be tough. He's gonna have to shoot through a very thin grate. I'll take this angle a little bit. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to grab that, but Vanover pushing up now. GT should be hearing that, and a very quick pickup for him. And now it's a 4v3. Crazy Mike grabbing trading as he moves up, and this center is entirely shut down. Now it's just up to Destructor and Quintessential as they push up on this east side, but they're gonna have to deal with Snakebite in the range, and he gets, I'm pretty sure that was a collateral. He just got a collateral damage shot, grabbing both offenders as they came around. Oh, that's fantastic. What a delicious, delicious shot by him there. Grabbing two with one bullet and sealing that round out for Fury as well.
Fury did a great job there on defense. We've actually seen pretty effective pushes on Marsok's side on this map. Cargo usually a good one for action, and so far we've definitely been seeing that. Now let's see if SpaceForce can return the favor here on defense, or can Fury come in and maybe get another cap on SpaceForce.
Yeah, we haven't seen a cap since that first round of Suburbia, so it would be pretty crazy to see one now. But the defenses have been really tight on both sides, so it's not surprising that we haven't seen that yet. I think they saw that cap and they're like, okay, all right, we got to focus up. We can't just let people walk in through smoke and grab caps on us. So they've been very, very tight on this. Pre-fire coming out on that east side, not going to land on any of the offense as they push up. And GT4 going to be coming through this tunnel here. Going to be the first one, I think, to see action unless Center pushes for the C4 was... To me, it looked like it was on the roof of that building. I'm not sure. It looked different to the players, but I did hear them ask if they could shoot that C4.
Not really sure what I saw there.
Rucker taking some shots out as he rushes up. Bald-headed gets picked up by Diesel on that rush, and now Diesel's pushing up, heavily grabbing GT as he rushes through. And that's two down for Fury already. Now the Beast taking some shots out towards Destructor's position. A nade coming out. Will it land? Nope, a little bit too far and high. Gonna land on the roof, not grab anybody. Diesel is behind enemy lines. He is got some potential to do damage, but Destructor grabs Crazy Mike in that center, and Beast is gonna rush the corner, grab Destructor, and then get downed by Sergeant Vanover. A lot of quick trades happening here. Vanover sitting in that perfect position to catch anybody crossing. And now it's all up to Snakebite. Try to salvage this round against 4 SpaceForce members. I'm not feeling like luck's going to be on his side here, but he should be hearing Vanover's call out, so he knows the position of one of these players. He could catch trading out. Oh, the angle's not quite there, but he knows where one is. Now Diesel, yeah, Diesel's watching this angle from the other side. Oh, he is just trapped. Yep, shots coming out from Diesel on him there. And we should be seeing SpaceForce converge here. And a nice little flashbang coming out. That's coming out on him. Diesel not aware of his rotation, though. Oh, he shoots his elbow through the door. Doesn't quite kill him. Sneaky Snakebite. Trying to get that kill. And he does grab Diesel. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Oh, will Snakebite be able to run this back? Will he be able to even make his way maybe over to the Beast and get that revive so he can kind of help even the numbers out here. Sergeant Vanover gonna have heard Snakebite pushing. Snakebite's taking a look through the crack. Sergeant Vanover sees that and he finds Snakebite.
That is such
And
a
Space
shot to
Force gonna
make.
Take that round.
Such a shot to make by Van over there. That is a tough one. I don't know if you've ever tried to make that shot through a crack, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
I have managed to do it both as the man away from the container and the guy behind the door shooting through the crack. So it's definitely possible, and it can be done from both directions. I've done it myself. So yeah, but yeah, it's not an easy task, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is a very,
steady hand.
very tough shot. Yeah, especially with a machine gun. That's can get really crazy with recoil and with where bullets are landing. So, but good job by Van over there, grabbing that win for SpaceForce, and we're going into another defensive round for Fury. What do you think? We're going to be trading defensive blows for blows to the end, or you think there's one crazy play left here? SpaceForce needs to minimize this MMR blow, right?
Yeah, they definitely need to minimize that MMR blow. There is no doubt about that, and the more points they can pull out here, the better for them. They have kept things close. You know, the first map was Fury came back and won by only 1 point on the map point. SpaceForce did have a great map there, and they kept it fairly close with a 4-2 loss on Downfall. So if they can put up a good score here, or maybe kind of open up a gap on Fury, they might be able to salvage a good bit of MMR loss. So it's definitely not unlikely. And I think we definitely will also see some good attacking rounds here on Cargo as well. I don't think we're gonna just watch trading defensives.
Well, we're going to be watching something as we jump into round 3. Fury now on defense, looking to try to close this series out with a 3-0. Would be pretty devastating to SpaceForce. SpaceForce taking shots out. A lot of members taking shots out towards that cross. Snakebite and the Beast are going to be stuck here for just a little bit. Crazy Mike, however, rushing up aggressively, gets picked up by Vanover.
GT4 is out in the open here, and Sergeant Vanover hasn't peeked the corner. Here comes GT4, and Vanover's going to get the kill by complete accident, I think. I'm pretty sure he was looking for the long pick, and GT just ran out in front of him.
Unbelievable. Snakebite in a very aggressive position here. They're just on the other side of the wall from each other, two of them. Yeah, who's going to grab it first?
Be it. We could be seeing that Marsoc round win I was talking about just a few seconds ago. Destructor's gone past Snakebite. Snakebite's not going to see it, though, because he can't see around that door to his left. Destructor, though, he might walk out. Yeah, he's going to walk right out to where Snakebite... Oh, no, the blue door's stopping him. Snakebite pops out. Quintessential's not going to be able to find him. Snakebite's going to grab another one and trading quickly on the rotation to try and find the refrag. Here he comes around the ammo box, but no! Snakebite grabs a 3rd kill and a 4th kill!
Holy frickin' cow, Snakebite! What did they put in your Cheerios this morning? Unbelievable quad kill by Snakebite there. I didn't think he had a chance. I'm not going to lie to you.
I didn't either. I thought he was completely in the hornet's nest, but he turns that one around and says, you know what? This is what I got.
There it is. There's the ace. There's the ace. He gets the squad wipe. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ace of spades.
Unbelievable. Oh my God. I'm in shock. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, my heart.
Yeah, I'm right with you. Like, I'm literally sitting here speechless in my chair.
Oh, that was fantastic play by him. Make sure you clip that, chat. It's not too late. I did grab a replay of the 4 kill here. Let's see. Do we have time for it? I think we have time for it.
Run it.
I'm gonna make time for it.
Again.
Here we go. Oh, that's the wrong transition, but now we're here. And let's take a look at this replay. Look at this. Grabs one. Destructor comes to the door. Quintessential not able to grab him. Pushes through. I think he drops his gun. Picks it back up. Traden rushes the corner. He's able to grab him. Not even looking. And then Vanover pushing around to the side. Grabs him. And that's the quad. Before he finishes that off by grabbing Diesel in the distance. Unbelievable play. Unbelievable. All right, and we're gonna be jumping right back into the act. How do you follow that? We're gonna be jumping back into the action here on round 4. SpaceForce
Wait.
now looking to take that defensive round.
Hold on a second. Weren't SpaceForce just on defense? Or did Fury win that last round? Now I'm confused. Who got that ace? Was that Destructor?
Well, Vanover died, so it wasn't SpaceForce that got it. I know that much. It was Fury that got that quad,
got
I
that
believe.
round?
Yeah. I think our scores are wrong. Diesel grabbing one quintessential, getting down Snakebite with the trade back. The defense
Very risky.
down to 1. Wow, was that a
Should not have
grenade down? Jeez, Diesel downing Crazy Mike and confirming. Beast grabbing Trading on the other side, and the action's all over the place.
GT grabbing a kill. There we go. We got a man on objective. He's got Pad out. Here we go. This could be Fury getting a cap right now. He's standing literally right out in the open with the pad,
No one
touching
there.
the objective, and Fury takes it. And the score actually updated. Look.
Oh, wow. Magic. It was basically
Apparently
magic.
for caps, it still works. I think that's the issue.
Interesting.
Fury gonna take the map
Yep.
in the series, 4-1. Wow.
Ah.
That one was over in less than a minute. Oh my god, I didn't even have time to react because I was too busy trying to fix the score, and now the map's over, the round's over, the series is over.
Just drowning in crazy stuff there, Sleepy. That was all kinds of insanity. Oh my god, I want to watch that replay again, but you know what? No. One time is enough. Well, he'll get it in the recaps later. What a series! Fury taking that series away from SpaceForce commandingly, 12-7, taking all 3 maps. I mean, what a great plays by both teams, though. I mean, we went down to 3 and 4 twice, which is pretty impressive. That cargo round, obviously, SpaceForce fell a little bit flat, but overall, teams played amazingly. There were some great plays there at the end. Sleepy, what do you have to say about this?
I have to say, I'm so happy that I chose to do this map with you, or this match with you, Buxton. This cast has been so exciting. We've seen so many great plays coming out of here from both teams, and I'm just glad to have been able to capture this because I think both teams will be wanting to watch this one back. Fury for just, reliving that dream of that win that they just took from SpaceForce, and SpaceForce maybe to just review kind of what went wrong and how they can improve for the rest of the season. So a great valiant effort from both teams, but again, congratulations to Fury on their win. SpaceForce, though, don't take it too hard, man. It really was a great match, and I'll tell you that. Even with my caster vision, you guys put up a hell of a fight. Also, thanks to everyone who tuned in. We do appreciate it. But I'm going to let Noman send us out for the night.
Yeah, thanks, Sleepy. And for calling me Buxton there, I punished you by playing a replay. So thanks for that. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Sleepy for co-casting this with me on that Friday evening. I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out with us, dropping the biddies, dropping the subs. You guys are the best. Make sure you go check out the VRML website, join the Onward Discord, get active. It's free weekend. A new patch has dropped. There's tons to do. Nobody should be bored this weekend, and we're excited that you were able to spend this time with us. And that is going to be Sleepy and Noman signing off from the casting desk. See you guys later.